Hey guys, this video is going to be about product claims. It gets a little bit ridiculous and it's actually quite obscene that skincare companies get away with what they do in terms of the claims that they make about their products. It's very important to remember that there's very little regulation in the way a company markets their products. They do have a moral and ethical responsibility not to, falsely advertise their product or lie about what it actually does. But the way they get around that is by making these crazy claims that are backed up by studies that are performed by the skincare company themselves. You may notice, let's just use a wrinkle cream, for example. The claim is, our studies show that this cream will reduce your wrinkles by 75%, make your skin look younger, fuller, and more beautiful. Okay, great. That's what your studies show. Well, who said those studies? Clinique did. And how did they actually make that? How did they find that result? Well, before, they had the lady wash her face and it was completely stripped with alcohol, so it looked like absolute crap, and they take the before picture. And then they do the afterwards and they put on this fabulous moisturizer and it looks so much better. Well, of course the result is going to be that good because what she did is not something that people would actually ever do in real life. You have to remember that in a controlled setting in these studies is not real life at all. So the claims that they make, yes, they may be true in that clinical setting, but in real life, it's not going to be anywhere near the same. So that's where some of those claims come from. They do the before and after, or they compare it to something that is so different from what the actual product is that they are able to come up with these results that are just insane. So remember that. The skincare company is the one that's actually making the study, and they can sway that any way that they want to go. Okay, so that's the first thing to remember. Second is going to be claims like hypoallergenic, fragrance-free, dermatologist tested, non-comedogenic, things like that. Organic, all natural is a huge one. In terms of those regulations, there's pretty much no, in terms of those claims, there's pretty much no regulation at all. Okay, let's take dermatologist tested. For example. Okay, so a dermatologist tested your product. That's great. What did the dermatologist actually say about the product? That's what they're leaving out. Maybe the dermatologist thought it was a piece of crap and, it has no useful application in cosmetics at all. Well, guess what? That product is on the market and it's been dermatologist tested, making the consumer believe that it is just a fabulous, stamped and approved by a dermatologist. That may not be the case at all. Also, going back to the all-natural one, that's a huge claim that company is making. There is no scientific evidence supporting, well, I shouldn't say that. In general, all-natural ingredients are not better for your skin than synthetic ingredients. All natural ingredients, yes, they're all natural, but they can be extremely irritating to your skin, and the irritation may not be showing on the outermost layers, but more on the deeper layers where you're really causing some damage. The plant extracts, different plant ingredients, they are not necessarily better for your skin. Now, synthetic ingredients are ones that are able to actually communicate with your cells and tell your skin how to act healthily. So you should not rule out any products that have a lot of synthetic ingredients, because the synthetic ones are the ones that are actually more effective and better for you. So remember that. Let me see what else I had listed here. Fragrance-free. Oh, that's a big one. Fragrance-free typically means that there's no additional fragrance added, okay? It doesn't mean that the product doesn't have a smell once you put it on, because the ingredients that they've used may have their own natural smells. So they just said, we're not going to add any fragrance to cover this up, and we're going to call that fragrance-free. Well, fragrance, the reason why that's attracting is because fragrant oils and things of that nature are very irritating to your skin. So yes, it's good that they aren't adding an additional fragrance, but at the same time, they're not changing the fact that the ingredients they use have a lot of fragrance. Another way with fragrance-free products is that if it doesn't smell like anything, okay, that may mean that they use a lot of fragrance masking ingredients to cover up the natural fragrance of the product. So they had to do a lot of work to make that product not smell like anything at all by using masking fragrances to kind of cancel everything out. So you have to be really careful with that. A lot of it comes down to just knowing what the ingredients are and how to read the label. That's why one of my next videos is going to be ingredients. So definitely take a look at that one. But again, be very, very careful with the claims that they make. Actually think about what they're saying and kind of look a little bit deeper into the whole picture to find out what the product is really going to do. Okay, guys? I know it kind of makes everything a little bit more intense and a little bit more confusing. Add confusion to an already confusing situation. But it will benefit you in the long run if you're able to more effectively judge a product. Alright, guys? 2 more videos. There is also the ingredient ones and also the packaging. Stay tuned.